Let's head on over here now. So the closing of Musica stores in South Africa is a strong indication that people are rapidly moving to digital consumption of music, movies and games. Retailer Flux, which has owned the brand since 1992, has closed 19 stores since the start of the year. But the added stress of the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdowns left the group unable to sustain the brand any longer. The impact of the pandemic has forced everyone to adapt their lifestyles and business practices. We're joined further to speak on this now by Flux Trends Analyst Dion Chang. Dion, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. I can't remember when last I bought a CD or a DVD, but news of Musica shutting down still stung. Is there anything that they could have done to innovate in terms of just staying relevant?
Hi, Dudu. Thanks for having me on. Firstly, I think the answer is going to be quite blunt, but no, I don't think they could have done it unless they turned completely into a streaming service. The other bellwether for this kind of industry or digitization of industries came last year when Warner Brothers in America said that they were going to stream all of their releases for 2021 via their streaming system, and it would all go online. So, that was a really, really important bellwether to say, well, this is where these industries are going. And we just heard yesterday as well that, Ster-Kinekor just opted to go into business rescue. So these were pandemic pushed decisions. But I think also it was a technological kind of evolution and disruption that these kind of companies are facing.
Sort of like a long time coming, if you will. How important is it for businesses to develop a software and data-driven journey to be able to survive?
I mean, I think it's imperative now, and I think especially up to 2020, if you see, what the mindset of consumers has become. Psychologists say it takes you 21 days to embed a new habit in your head and your mind. We've had 10 months and counting of lockdown, and people who have never done any online shopping have started doing that. Streaming services are just completely booming because of lockdown. So people are adapting very, very quickly, and they said that in 2020, concepts or technologies were accelerated by 5 years in 1 year. So I think any company that is on that slippery edge of digitization needs to look long and hard at their strategies, and whatever the strategies were at the beginning of 2020 have to be completely revised for 2021 going into 2022 because everything has changed.
What do you think the likes of perhaps Apple Music, another streaming service, Tidal, is doing that is making them so ahead of the curve? You think of also Beats, is it Beats by Dre, which is also now child by Apple. They're there, but I don't know whether they're as, poignant or important as they used to be. What is it that those people are doing right that other people can learn from?
Well, I think they're just heeding the call of where customers are going. And if you look just at streaming services, Netflix was sort of the outlier a few years ago, and really, really quickly it's become the major, the major streaming service. But you've got Apple TV, you've got Amazon TV, you've got Disney Channel, you've got Disney Plus. All of those streaming services, that is the new battleground for them. So. Again, I think what they're doing right is moving as fast as they can and as early as they can into this, what seems to be a new territory, but very, very fast turns into the new normal. I hate to use that word, but it really, really is where everybody's going. So, just the signals of Ster-Kinekor, of Warner Brothers, and I got an SMS from a video shop that I used to get movies from, and forgotten about that, today and yesterday. And in the light of hearing about Musica, I just think, wow, I'm not sure how long that's going to be going as well.
Sure. I just want to very quickly, just getting a personal maybe note from you in terms of Musica. I mean, what did it mean, for, should I say our generation, or just what did it mean for you?
Well, music shops, I mean, when I, first grew up, I mean, I grew up in a vinyl era, so I've seen it go from vinyl to CDs, but those music shops were always a place to go to discover new things. And, that was before internet and complete digitization of businesses. Now you do your exploring, you do everything, on one screen, which also has its challenges and limitations. But that sort of sense of discovery of going through there and flicking through the racks of CD covers, same with sort of vinyl covers. It's a very different way of exploring and finding new music. I think there's such an explosion of new stuff. It's really, really difficult to keep track of digital formats, whether it's music, whether it's streaming services and everything. So I think it's more the discovery and the mind mapping that you do when you do go into a physical bricks and mortar shop and you browse and you look for things and you discover things very, very differently.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for. Flux Trends Analyst Dion Chang, thank you very much.